Welcome back to another episode of How Did They Grow? I created this podcast because I wanted you to learn how other coaches, freelancers, service providers, and course sellers are growing their business, landing 10 to 20 new clients every single month, paying them 50, 100, 200K months. See, if they've done it, you can too. And that's just the reality. And I want you to listen to these podcasts to understand what strategies are they using, what techniques are they exploring, because it's in these gems that you can apply it to your business and actually scale things up. When you're ready and you feel like you actually want to learn practical, proven methodologies, or even you want to hire a team that can build you a profitable personal brand, book in a chat with our team because we can guarantee you go viral and guarantee you get clients for your business.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am so excited to introduce to you today Avare Alexander, licensed minister, spiritual counselor, midwife to rebirthing souls, and visionary of Altar of Life. Avare, thank you so much for making some time today, and welcome to the podcast. How are you doing
Thank
today?
you, Christelle. Thank you.
How about you tell us all about what you do? Midwife to rebirthing souls and spiritual counselor. What does that mean to you? What do you do on a day-to-day basis?
I'm on the path of purification in this lifetime. So I started my path of purification about 25 years ago, and it's a holistic purification of mind, body, soul, and it's a way of integrating our soul and our spirit into this physical form so that we live in our optimal vitality and in our God self, in our godly nature.
I love that. How beautiful. How did you come about all of this? You mentioned how many years? 25 years. How did this all start?
I was initiated 25 years ago on the path, and when I was initiated into my yogic discipline, I my teacher said to commit to 1,000 days of practice, and well, I just went gung ho. I said I'm going to commit to 7,000 days of practice. So
7,000.
I'm on my 6,000 days of practice,
Wow.
and so every 1,000 days, I have reformed my spiritual discipline. And so what I recognized and learned very early on was that spiritual devotion is the direct way to cosmic consciousness. It's the most direct
Mm,
path. And it doesn't mean that it might not take some time, but that level of commitment and devotion is the direct path to cosmic consciousness. And cosmic consciousness is what some people may call Christ consciousness, right? So I am a devotee, and I am in service to life, and I am in service to all life.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So, 6,000 days of spiritual devotion. What does that entail? 6,000 days.
Yeah.
How long is that?
My first
6,000 days.
1,000 days was a sauna practice. My second 1,000 days was a combination. I did 5 years of Ashtanga yoga. I all of these included, like, very sattvic cleansing and purification of my vessels. So not just, through yogic discipline, but through diet and cleansing and purifying my insides, my colon, my liver, my glands. And so gradually, as I progressed through each 1,000 days of discipline, it just gets more refined and more refined and more refined. So my last couple of 1,000 days were spent doing Kriya Yoga, so a lot of breath work and pranayama and colon hydrotherapy, very clean and pure diet, and a devotion to the discipline itself.
That is
And of
incredible.
course, service to others.
Service to others. The most beautiful form, I think. How lovely.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So what do the next 1,000 days look like?
I'm midway through my 6,000 days of practice. So right now I'm in a Vajra Yogini practice. So this is a full light body activation practice. And my I live my life from the premise of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. I cultivate my Buddha nature. I serve my Dharma, and I am for the Sangha. The Sangha is the community. So I serve my Dharma to my community.
That's
And my
really
Dharma is my purification ritual that I've practiced for 15 years. And then people started knew me, who knew me, saw me in my practice and how much I had shifted and changes. So people that knew me was like, I want to do that. I want to come do that with you. So then
right.
people that I knew started to actually implement my practices that I designed for myself. I wrote a book called Awakening Through the Path of Purification as a guidebook. I was basically channeling my own medicine. And
Wow.
so I practiced that guidance with myself for 15 years. And then people started seeing like the results in me, and they were like, wow, you've really, people who knew me were like, wow, you're really shifting. Like, God, I want to do that too.
Mm.
And so people that I knew started coming and ask, can I come cleanse with you? Can I come do that with you? And so I would have friends and family come and just hang out with me for a couple of weeks and do my practices with me. And they would and they would shift like swiftly. It was really like, it's really miraculous to watch what can happen to someone in just 14 days, 10 to 14 days, like how much their being and energy and frequency shifts.
That's amazing. 14 days. I guess because you've been doing this for so long, the shifts are slow and steady, are gradual, or perhaps
Mhm.
not so outwardly obvious to someone who's so suddenly taking this on.
Mhm.
What kind of changes can people expect to see?
Well, what I know about density and elimination is that over time, just like you build plaque up on your teeth, right? If you don't brush your teeth for three
Mm,
days, you're going to build a lot of plaque up, right? So our
mhm.
insides do that. Our veins, our arteries, our colon, our small intestine, we build up plaque over time. We also, a lot of people have parasites. I mean, most of us, it's a fact of nature. And so when we excavate the inside, when we go from the inside out rather from the external in, we get, there's the Essenes have a theory about the 144,000. So a lot of people talk about the 144,000. We have 144,000 meridians in our body
Mm.
that when they are lit up and fully functioning, we become light. We
Wow.
become lighter. So I help clear those meridians, and I help people access that which clears that space, and they just boing, their lights turn on. Because then when we have, let's say you got in a car accident when you were a child, your body contracts and then it locks up energy in the body. So we go through the psyche and the soma, and we just unravel that energy so those lights can come back on. And what I notice in people is a shift from dense to a lighter being. So there's a density that we've come to become very used to and accustomed to, but we can
Mm,
actually be like children again. And Christ said to be like children again. So
mm.
as we purify, we re-youth the body. We get back to that state before all that plaque started accumulating, all that gunk started accumulating, all that mind stuff started accumulating, right?
Mm.
So we just unpeel and uncover inside and out until the light comes back on.
That's amazing. Where
Yeah.
where does this mind gunk come from? When does it start?
Well, I can give you an analogy of a computer. People might be able to relate to this. When you get a brand new computer, it has an operating system,
Mm,
right? And so anything you want that computer to do, you have to install a program on that
mhm.
computer. You have to tell the computer what to do. So same with us when we are born. If you ever look in a baby's eyes and an infant's eyes, it's just like
Yeah.
there's nothing going on. There's no mind there. It's just that's a fully realized being. So,
Yeah.
and then, we start to become an individual and we start to integrate in society. And then all of a sudden, you go to school, they put the programs in. You go in society, they put the overlays on you. This is how you are. This is what you're supposed to be. It's all dictated. But the fact is, we're all born fully realized
Yeah.
in a state of no mind, just a pure being experiencing like the awe of life, the awe and the
Yeah.
wonder. Like,
Yeah.
wow, it's a discovery. So we get overlays, we get cultural overlays, societal overlays, educational indoctrination that then our random access memory gets a little muddled and the computer gets fragmented. And, so we start to uncover and unpeel those layers so we can get back to that state of pure consciousness.
Wow, that's amazing. And is this basically what you do with your clients? Both,
Hmm.
so you do
Yeah,
this in
we have a
person?
10-day process where we go, we go all the way down into the densest material, the guilt, the shame, the blame, all of these things that we've been kind of programmed to run our operating system from. And then we find that pure one, that pure little innocent child again that
Mm,
never did anything wrong, that came in just in awe and wonder and curiosity. So
yeah.
every day we just peel another multidimensional layer. We go into the emotional body, we go into the mental body, we come back to our heart, and we remember that little child that before any of all that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that we can return to that innocence. We can return to that purity with it
Yeah.
before any of that's anything, whatever it is. I work with a lot of people who have trauma, who have emotional pain bodies that
Mm,
they don't even know that they've been carrying this load that they can just
mm.
let go of.
Right.
They don't have to, we don't have to keep, yes, okay, yes, that happened, but we don't have to live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can allow what we need for the expression of it, for the acknowledgement of it, for the to get the jewel of wisdom from it and return back to that pure mind and that pure nature that we actually are, that all of us are. We just
That
need
is,
to remember it.
yeah, that is so beautiful. That is so
But
beautiful.
it is the truth of us. It is the truth of who we are.
I hope you're enjoying this podcast. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're learning so much practical wisdom because that's what I really wanted from this podcast. Now, I just want to quickly say, if you're looking for a team that can actually help you explode and go viral with your personal brand with proven methodologies, I say this because I've been doing this for the past 5 years. We've got a team of 30 people who are ready to go ahead and explode your brand so you can get clients begging to work with you. Have a chat with one of our advisors. You can book in a chat using one of the links around this video because that chat might just change your life.
Do you find that your clients find it a difficult practice? Is it difficult to
No,
go through
what
it?
I have to say, it's my highest joy. This like doing this work is actually my highest joy in life because I get to watch as like the layers fall off and they unpeel and they're like,
Mm,
ah. So it's a process.
mm-hmm.
Um, there are just like any process in learning or uncovering or unraveling old material. It's a process, but we make it really light and easy. And two things people say to me, Avari, I can't believe how good I feel. Like, because we fast, I make it really easy to fast. They say, you make this so easy, and I can't believe how good I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
guess
it's like we've been so bogged down with thinking it's okay to not feel good. But
mm,
actually, when we are really feeling good and clean and clear, we're actually of more higher service to life.
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How did those first clients come about? Those first few?
Yeah. Well, I was in, I think it was my 4,000 days of spiritual practice. I put myself out in a timeout, and I did a 10-day fast. And I made an altar, and I have this like crystal heart, and I put my heart, and I gave my heart to God, and I said, my source. I said, how will I serve you? I want to serve. How can I serve? Show me how I can serve. And I was just silent and fasting and listening. And all my source was just be grateful. And I was like, well, that's really easy. I can be grateful. But then I went home from that retreat and I cried because I really wanted a clear, uh, a clear sound or direction. And I cried for a couple of weeks because I was like, God didn't tell me what to do. I just want God to tell me what to do. And I surrendered into the feeling of that. And then my auntie, she called me from New York and she's like, I've been watching you all these years do this cleansing that you're doing. She's like, I want to come and do that with you. And I was like, oh, that's really great. I'm going to do my cleanse. Why don't you come over and just do what I'm doing? And so she came over and she did and I had been doing this for 15 years. So it was kind of like, yesterday's news to me. But she came and hung out with me for 2 weeks and did the cleanse that I do for myself every year. And she was like, wee! And I was like, whoa, like it surprised me. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, that really works. Because
Yeah.
it was so gradual for me. I didn't realize the the like
The
how
crazy effect it can
swiftly
have on
it
someone
really could
else.
work for somebody. And then I don't know, after that, people just kept like she didn't even tell anybody about me, but people just all of a sudden started asking me to help them cleanse. I was like, oh my God, this is God. And so then I decided all those people were God too, and I was serving God through them.
Oh,
And then
that's
it
so
really
beautiful.
became my highest joy because I'm like, God sent you and you're God too, and I'm going to serve you. And this is how God wants me to serve God.
Oh, I can tell it's your highest
It
joy. It
is.
just, yeah, everyone can tell. Just even if they don't look at your face, just by
I
listening to your
cry
voice.
every time when people come in and they're
Mm.
like, "Hmm," and they leave and they're like, ah, I cry every time.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
I'm
Like a
crying right
withered
now, actually.
flower that just goes back to its bloom. That's so beautiful. I love that so
Yeah.
much. Well, where can people find you?
Um, we're located in Kauai, Hawaii, and I have a website called alteroflife.org, and I also have a book that I've recently published. That's the guidance system that we use for our cleanses. So even if somebody doesn't cleanse, if they actually just read the book and do the guidance, it's going to help them.
Wow.
So yeah, one of my dear beloved friends was like, you should really just publish your guidance system because a lot of people don't have the capacity to get to Hawaii to be with you. So even that would help them. And then I've had like lots of people call me up and tell me, oh my God, I just did your book like for 10 days. It really helped me. So
Wow.
I hope that it helps.
Oh my gosh, of course. How nice. It must feel so nice to have, readers call you up and tell you your book has
Yeah.
changed
Yeah.
my life, your book has helped me
Yeah.
so much. How
Yeah.
lovely. How can people
It's such an easy, gentle process. I like
Yeah,
gentleness.
of course. I mean,
Yeah.
it just it has to come from your heart and it has to come from your being and your personality and the way you do things and gentle is exactly that, just gentle and light and loving is
I find that when
what I
people are
feel.
held in a gentle way, it's like they remember mother's love and they
Mm,
remember that mother's love is actually everywhere.
yeah,
Great mother's love is everywhere. Just our fact that we're breathing is great mother's love.
Yeah, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I feel like I'm being held and like rocked. Just in having this conversation.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I might be on the verge of crying at some point. I'm truly, truly enjoying just listening to you so much. So you mentioned that you have this 10-day program and people can come and visit you in Hawaii
Mhm,
and people can
mhm.
also do it online. So
Yes.
how can people find that? If people want to sign up, is this open all the time? Do you do it a few times a year? How does that work?
Oh, well, we offer one cleanse every month. We like to work with individuals, so we don't bring groups in. You can go to the website and we offer free consultations for anyone, which I'll give you nice tips and tricks to do at home, even if you don't come here. Um, so we offer free consultations if you sign up on our website. We have an online cleanse that is based on the premise of what we do here, and people can opt in to how much guidance they want. We have everything
Mm.
pretty mapped out, but if they want to have one-on-one guidance with me, they can sign up for that. We provide everything they need and all the instructions so they can do it at home if they want. And let's see. Yeah, and we have our book online on Amazon. You can look up Awakening Through the Path of Purification. And also it's available on our website as well. So we offer three options. You can just get the book and go through that internal process with yourself to remember your sovereignty of your consciousness. You can sign up for our online cleanse and opt in for guidance if you want me to help guide you from home, or you can come to Hawaii, which is absolutely the best choice.
Of course, the best choice. Such
Yeah.
a lovely place for
It's
sure.
really
I mean,
beautiful because when people come to Hawaii, they're with me for, a couple of hours in the morning, and then they have all afternoon to go explore and play.
that's lovely. That's
Yeah,
so lovely, especially for people who haven't been to Hawaii before.
totally.
Must be top one option for sure. My next question, I mean,
Mhm,
we are a social media agency, so I have to ask you a little bit about social media.
mhm,
Um, can people find you online? Is there a page
mhm.
where you share a little bit more about what you do? Maybe,
Yeah.
some behind the scenes?
Mhm. We have Facebook, Altar of Life on Facebook, Heart Star Ministry Kauai on Instagram, and you can find Avare on Facebook as well.
That's lovely. Thanks for sharing that. I'm sure a lot of people are going to come by your way when they listen to this. Did you find that um, so far any people from social media are coming to you asking about, your
I
programs,
do a
your
lot of
guidance?
online counseling with people through social media.
That's
I
lovely.
do. I spend my mornings with my individual clients, and then my afternoons as part of my dharmic offering is just offering spiritual counseling and techniques and methods to people that reach out to me through social media. So feel free to reach out.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really good. Yeah, I always find that you can really, although there's so much going on social media and there's so many people, you can really you can really tell what cuts through the noise when you are just being super authentic and you're serving and you're giving, which is exactly what you've been doing for all these years. And
I love that
it's
you use the term cut through. It's a Buddhist term, and it's a way of cutting through our samsara, the things that cause our suffering.
oh, I
So
didn't know
I'm here
that.
to alleviate suffering.
Of course. And there is a lot of that around us, unfortunately. And I think there's so many people who would really benefit from hearing your message
Yeah.
online. I mean, there's obviously millions and billions of us on the planet, and so many of those online. So many of us just spend our days online now, and a lot of us, have this suffering and need to hear your message and need to be able to do something about it. So what a beautiful gift you have, and what a beautiful blessing, and gift you give to others. It's just so beautiful. I would love to see it expand and expand and more and multiply, just for the good that it does to the world. It's really
Yay.
so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, consciousness is expanding and the planet is awakening. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's just going at their own pace, and we just need to learn to be patient with others.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What kind of plans or goals do you have for 2025, or maybe not the year 2025? Perhaps this is for the next 1,000 days of purification.
Yeah, I'll be completing my 6,000 days of practice this year. So it's, I feel like I'm in the full activation of my 144,000.
That's lovely. That's beautiful. Is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to, or is there something that you would like to implement into your practice this year?
I have teachers as well. So my mentors have called me to be more expansive in my offering. So
Oh,
that's what I feel for 2025 is to, open up and create more space for more people to get the benefit of my offering and my service to life.
that is so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Do you have perhaps a final message for our listeners?
I'd like to remind everybody that we are sovereign in our consciousness, that it's our birthright. We're born sovereign and we can't give it away and no one can take it. We just can forget and we can remember.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for your
Thank you,
time.
Christelle. Thanks for taking time with me today.
Thank you for your time.
I really hope you enjoyed this podcast. I want you to go away and execute everything there is that you've learned. Now, one thing I will say is if you're in a position where you're ready to actually take things to another level, you want structured, clear guidance, you want a team that can actually help accelerate you, book in a chat with our advisors. Why? We can blow up your personal brand to attract clients begging to work with you. All you got to do is book in a chat with our advisors and we can help make it happen. Sound fair enough?